March 22, 2016, 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Developers across the world opened their terminals and saw this. This is the story of the day the internet broke, and why the person who broke it was completely within their rights to do it. To understand what happened, you need to understand how modern JavaScript development works, and specifically how it is built on a foundation of trust. NPM is the Node Package Manager. It is a registry, a giant public library where developers push code that other developers can use. You need to check if a number is a number. There's literally a package for that. It has 800 million downloads. The NPM ecosystem works on dependencies. A project uses package A uses package B uses package C. You do not know package C exists. You never install it, you never thought about it, but your entire project depends on it. So this is the fragility hiding inside every JavaScript project in 2016, and nobody knew it until one Tuesday afternoon. Azure was not famous. He was exactly the kind of developer that makes open source work, something who builds small useful things and shares them freely with the world. 273 packages, all free, all maintained on its own time. One of those packages was called LeftPad. Its entire purpose was to pad the left side of a string with spaces or zeros. A function so small you could write it yourself in 30 seconds, 11 lines of code. Downloaded 2.5 million times the month before the incident. Used by React, used by Babel, used by projects at Facebook, Netflix, Spotify, and PayPal. Nobody thought about it because nobody needed to until they did. Kik Messenger was a big deal in 2016. 300 million users, a serious competitor to WhatsApp, and they wanted to release some open source developer tools. The problem, Azure also had a package in NPM called Kik, not Kik Messenger, just a small developer tool he had built, completely unrelated, same name, different things, one namespace, problem. Kik sent Azure a message asking him to rename his package. Their exact words, "We don't mean to be a dick about it," then they proceeded to be a dick about it. Azure said no, politely, directly. He was not trying to impersonate Kik Messenger. He built his package first. It had nothing to do with theirs. He had no legal obligation to rename anything. So Kik went over Azure's head. They contacted NPM directly, and NPM did something that shocked the entire developer community. They transferred the Kik package name to Kik Interactive without Azure's consent. A package he built, his work, just taken. NPM's reasoning was that users searching for Kik would expect to find Kik Messenger's official package, legally defensible, contractually permitted, but to Azure and most of the developer community, it felt like being robbed by the landlord. Azure wrote one blog post, then he did something that nobody expected. He unpublished every single package he had ever put on NPM, all 273 of them, including LeftPad. It was 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Within minutes, hundreds of builds were failing per minute. 8 years later, Azure reflected on that moment. He said it was not anger, not revenge. His principle was simple. If NPM breaks its own rule to remove one of my packages, they should remove all of them. One rule for everyone, or no rules at all. React could not be built. Babel broken. Netflix internal tooling also broken. Spotify, PayPal, thousands of smaller projects all broken. All of them because of 11 lines of code gone. This is the dependency chain problem made visible. React did not directly depend on LeftPad, but React depended on something that depended on something that depended on LeftPad. When the bottom of the chain disappeared, the entire tower fell. 10 minutes after the package disappeared, a developer named Cameron Westland stepped in. He published a functionally identical version of LeftPad under the same name. Because LeftPad is open source, the code was still on GitHub. Anyone could do it. 10 minutes of chaos, then fix. Sort of. Here's the part of the story that should make everyone uncomfortable. Kik Messenger, the company whose trademark dispute started this entire chain of events, also depended on Azure's NPM packages. When Azure unpublished his work, Kik's own build broke. He cannot write this. NPM changed their unpublished policy immediately. If your package has been up for more than 24 hours and at least one other package depends on it, you cannot remove it, ever. The LeftPad incident directly wrote this rule into existence. The deeper conversation that started that day was about supply chain security. The realization that the software most of the world runs on is maintained by individual developers, often unpaid, often burning out, often one bad day away from walking away. The LeftPad incident was not the last time a small package caused massive disruption. In 2018, the event stream package was hijacked and malicious code was injected, targeting a cryptocurrency wallet. In 2022, developers started deliberately sabotaging their own libraries as acts of protest. In 2024, the XZUtils backdoor, the most sophisticated supply chain attack ever discovered, was found hidden in a compression library used by most Linux distribution. 11 lines of code did not break the internet. The internet was already fragile. 11 lines of code just revealed it. The modern software supply chain is one of the most impressive collaborative achievements in human history. Millions of developers, billions of packages, all freely shared. It is also built on a foundation that assumes good faith, permanent availability, and the continued unpaid labor of people who owe you nothing. Ajay still writes software. He has never apologized for what he did. He does not think he should. The Leftpad package still exists in NPM. It still gets millions of downloads every week from projects that have no idea what happened in March 2016. And this is definitely 8 points. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment.